Weekly Summary of the Presidency of the Libyan Government. Mr. Abu Bakr al-Zawi, the head of the Compensation Committee and Deputy Minister of Local Governors in the Libyan Government, conducts along with Mr. Ihab al-Alawiya, head of the Real Estate Department at the State Properties Office in Darna, an on-site inspection tour of homes damaged by Hurricane Daniel. The Ministry of Transportation and Communication urges all drivers on the road linking Al-Marish to Tokara to note the closure of the Bakur Bridge for maintenance starting from Sunday, December 24, 2023. Health Minister Dr. Athman Abdul discusses mechanism for disposing of medical waste in an extensive scientific symposium. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation honors its employees for their efforts in facilitating the reconstruction conference of Darna and the affected areas. Commissioner Minister for African Affairs, Mr. Isa Abdel Majid, meets with women's group in the city of Merzig to discuss the needs and the deficiencies faced by the city. Minister of Social Affairs, Mr. Mabrouk Ghaith, discusses with Commissioner Minister for African Affairs ways to address the issues of displaced persons in the city of Merzig. The Libyan Media Corporation of the Libyan government temporarily announced its commitment to providing filming and live broadcast requirements for the matches of the Libyan League from the stadium of Ijdabiya, Benghazi, and Al-Biar during Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, based on the strict instructions of Prime Minister Dr. Osama Hamad to avoid depriving sports fans of watching their teams in the league. The Libyan government, under the leadership of Dr. Osama Hamad, issues a statement congratulating the Libyan people on the 72nd anniversary of Libya's independence, declaring the day an official holiday. After Prime Minister Dr. Osama Hamad's communication with Minister of Electricity and Renewable Energies Dr. Awad al-Badri, the Ministry of Electricity proudly follows up restoring power to the eastern region's grid. Prime Minister Dr. Osama Hamad participates in commemorating the 72nd anniversary of the Libyan state's independence, marking the launch of events in Benghazi, the capital of culture in the Islamic world. The event is attended by numerous dignitaries, including consuls from sister Arab countries such as Morocco, Palestine, Egypt, and Sudan, as well as permanent officials, military leaders, and security figures. Health Minister in the Libyan government, Dr. Athman Abdul discusses with Oncology Patient Assistance Committee the preparation of delivering the second batch of aid to cancer patients, totaling 772 patients in the accordance of the Prime Minister's instructions. Interior Minister Major General Isam Bouzeriba discusses the general security situation in the city of Shahat with the Director of Security of Shahat City, Major General Ahmed Adam Lamadi, at the ministry's headquarters. Interior Minister Major General Isam Bouzeriba inaugurates along with the Director of Security for Suluk Geminis, Major Mansour Jadid, the Public Affairs Department headquarters at the Suluk Gemini Security Directorate. Deputy Minister of Local Governors, Mr. Abu Bakr al-Zawi, discusses obstacles facing the work of Tobruk Municipality with the Mayor of Tobruk, Mr. Faraj Bil-Khattabiya, and the Minister of Public Works, Engineer Nasser Sharh al-Bal. The Chairman of the General Authority for Endowments and Islamic Affairs, Mr. Atif Abdul Wahid Labidi, inaugurates along with the Commander of Ground Forces Operations, Major General Saddam Haftar, the Noor Mosque in Harawa. East of Sirte, the General Command of the Armed Forces undertook its maintenance and development. Commissioner Minister of Foreign Affairs to the Prime Minister, Dr. Abdelhadi Houish, submits the result of committee's report on enumerating foreigners and assessing the damages caused by Hurricane Daniel. Interior Minister Major General Isam Bouzeriba discusses the security situation in Benghazi, enhanced cooperation between agencies, departments, and security directorates, in a meeting in his office with the head of the Anti-Drug and Psychotropic Substances Agency, Major General Adel Abdel Aziz, and the Director of the Criminal Investigation Department, Major General Salah Hawidi, along with the Director of Benghazi Security, Major General Ahmed al-Shamikh, the Director of the Central Support Administration, Major General Rafa al-Barghati, and Chief of the Desert Patrol Agency, Major General Salah al-Khwifi. Minister of Local Governors, Mr. Sami al-Dawi, held an extensive meeting with the Deputy of the Ministry of Local Governors, Mr. Abu Bakr al-Zawi, and the Mayor of Abu Sarra, Mr. Najmi al-Arbi, to discuss the progress of work to follow up the municipality's activities since Mr. Najmi al-Arbi was elected as its mayor. Prime Minister of the Libyan government, Dr. Osama Hamad, meets in his office at the Cabinet Presidency in Benghazi with the Deputy Minister of Interior, Brigadier Faraj Gaim, to discuss the progress of security work in various details within areas under the control of the Libyan government. Prime Minister of the Libyan government, Dr. Osama Hamad, meets in his office at the Cabinet Presidency in Benghazi with the President of General Union of Bodybuilding, Mr. Munir Ashwaiti, the Chairman of the Competitions Committee at the Union, Mr. Misbah al-Qatani, the Member of Finance Committee at the Union, Mr. Marwan Makhlouf, and the Member of the Referees Committee at the Union, Mr. Khalid Makhlouf, to review the work of the General Union of Bodybuilding and the problems it faced. for quick resolution. The President of the General Authority for Endowments and Islamic Affairs in the Libyan government, Mr. Atif Abdel Wahid, visited the military region of Sabha based on the directives of Prime Minister Dr. Osama Hamad. During the visit, he met with the Operation Commander of the South Brigade, Mabrouk Sahban, and the Commander of the Sabha Military Region, Brigade Fawzi al-Mansouri. Commissioner Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Dr. Abdelhadi Houish, along with the Greek Consul, Mr. Stervo Benzuelos, Mayor of Benghazi, Mr. Sagar Boujwari, and Mr. Yazid Suleiman, the head of the Administration Committee in the Juliana Free Zone, inaugurates the rehabilitation project of Benghazi Seaport. This includes completing the connection road between the 3rd and 5th docks and finalizing the main warehouse in cooperation and joint coordination between the cabinet and the Greek government. The Nigerian Minister of Foreign Affairs, on behalf of the National Council for Homeland Protection, the government, and the Prime Minister of Nigeria, the Amin Zain Ali, sent congratulations to the Prime Minister of the Libyan government, Dr. Osama Hamad, on the occasion of the 72nd Independence Day. State Minister for Illegal Migration Affairs, Mr. Fathi Tabawi, and Commissioner Minister for Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Dr. Abdelhadi Houish, reviewed the preparation for the preparatory forum for experts and stakeholders on issues of illegal migration in African countries. The forum is scheduled to take place at the end of January 2024 in Benghazi. The cabinet of the Libyan government, led by Dr. Osama Hamad, decided to establish a reconstruction fund for the city of Derna and the affected cities and regions due to Hurricane Daniel. Prime Minister of the Libyan government, Dr. Osama Hamad, appointed Engineer Bilgasim Khalifa Bilgasim Haftar as the Chief Executive Officer of the Reconstruction Fund for Derna and the affected cities and regions. Commissioner Minister for African Affairs, Mr. Isa Abdel Majid, received the Nigerian Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Bakar Yao, and the envoy for the Nigerian President, Mr. Gali Olombo. The meeting was attended by the Secretary General of the Council of the Ministers, Mr. Mustafa Masmari, and the Director of Ceremonies at the Prime Minister's Office, Mr. Abdurrahman Hawass. Prime Minister of the Libyan government, Dr. Osama Hamad, met with the Nigerian Minister for Foreign Affairs, Mr. Bakar Yao, and the envoy for the Nigerian President, Mr. Gali Olombo. The meeting was attended by Commissioner for African Affairs, Mr. Isa Abdel Majid, to discuss common issues between the two countries, focusing on migration and securing the shared borders.